Good morning and welcome. So we have a session on one of the most pressing challenges analytical labs have today. It's scaling scaling robotic automations from pilots to global operations. Before I introduce you, the topic is really to explore how emerging technologies like physical AI, digital twins, and vendor-agnostic platforms can transform labs today. And to guide us through, I want to welcome our guest from BASF. I'm very happy. So we have on the right Matthaeus. He's head of Throughput technologies and lab automation. Katrin Cohn, digital lab head of digital lab process design, and Katrin from Accenture, our partner. And I'm Kai Michael from Siemens. Yesterday we heard from Vivek and Rainer already that labs became already that labs already became a bottleneck in chemical and pharmaceutical industries. Sorry for that. And it's not about that we can automate labs today, but we can. But the question is really, can we scale it and create a real business impact? So, and to get into the topic, and we want to show today that the emerging technologies like physical AI and the digital twin and vendor-agnostic platforms can really transform labs into fully autonomous, adaptive, and flexible labs, which really push our value adds there. And therefore, I would really like to hand over to Matthaeus to give us a little bit of insight what the real challenges in the labs are today. And therefore, a warm welcome again.
Thank you very much, Kai Michael, also for the very nice introduction. Indeed.
Ich werde das hier hinten einmal durch.
Mikro.
Sorry. Is this better now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. So again, thank you very much for the very well welcome, Kai Michael. And indeed, we see the challenge, and we have identified 3 key constraints limiting the lab performance of today. And the first challenge, the first key constraint is the 24/7 operation of our classical labs. You have to understand that chemical labs are usually being run in a day shift. But obviously, we would love to utilize the nights and love to utilize the weekends as well. The second challenge is the often observed lack of standardization. And this is across all kinds of life, so across all the processes, data, and systems, and this can be quite tedious. And the third challenge is that we often observe a limited return of invest for automation solutions due to a lack of scalability and adaptability. Now let's start with the challenge number 1. The missing ability to run 24/7. And I think you need to click once. Thank you. And here we basically see that without the proper automation, without the proper autonomous systems in our labs, it will be very difficult to run them stable and safely with the throughput that we require. What solution can you offer us here?
Thank you for this point, Matthaeus. So this is not BASF specific. This is the reason why labs have become the bottleneck. All our clients, they want to achieve 24/7 performance and asset efficiency. This is one of the outcomes which matter most. So by combining end-to-end orchestration with autonomous lab, with end-to-end orchestration with autonomous robotics, the lab of the future can be achieved. So the lab of the future can no longer operate as a collection of siloed systems. It has to run as a fully integrated and orchestrated ecosystems. So, for example, staff and scientists are empowered during the day by intelligent robots, supporting them to be able to focus on value-adding tasks such as innovation and research, while autonomous robotics during night shift can fully overtake ownership of repetitive workflows so that lab operations can run 24/7.
So, thank you very much. We come to the next.
Let me just make one quick comment. Yes, Catherine, I completely agree that with the right automation, with AI supervision, I see maybe even a regime change in our classical labs. Yeah, from this day shift mentality to a more continuous throughput, and I see that could easily double our current utilization rates, which would be very important for us. Yeah? Now, what about the digital perspective, Katrin?
Thanks, Matthaeus, for handing over to the digital side. So if you step into one of our labs nowadays, what you will find is a totally scattered, fragmented IT/OT landscape. For every device, you get a different data model that provides you the information you need to make decisions. It's completely heterogeneous, and you have these small automation islands everywhere. And these concepts actually prevent reuse. They also slow down our rollouts, and they block the efficient scaling across sites and business units for us. So what do you have to help us?
Yeah. On the one hand, we have an orchestration platform. Katrin, maybe you can elaborate shortly how Accenture provides and supports with an overarching architecture concept.
Our solution transforms today's fragmented, isolated systems into a completely orchestrated, integrated environment. So in the center of the whole topic is an orchestration platform, which connects and harmonizes communication from lab systems, lab equipment, robotics, and back. By this coordination, a seamless integration of the whole concept is guaranteed without fully redesign the existing IT/OT landscape. So by implementing this business layer, vertical and horizontal traceability are embedded by design.
Yeah, thank you very much. What is Siemens bringing to the table? And it's a technology stack. You talked about a full integration from end to end in the vertical space. So from the technology layer up to the ERPs, LIMS systems, and so on. And we provide, on the one hand, the full digital twin technology, but also everything what you need to automate and control, navigate, operate the robot. And a critical key element is here ZMove as an orchestration platform which spans from instruments to robots and any kind of device what you need to run. And also it supports our software-defined automation concepts, which allows you to run any kind of application there. You can connect any kind of sensor, whatever you need to support your business processes in the lab. And by this, material movement becomes predictable, and automation islands disappear. And that is what we want to achieve. We want to connect the highly automated islands into an end-to-end integrated operating model. And this is how we can achieve it. And the most important thing is it is not only the connection, it has to work alongside with humans. And with our Z-Move, we can really operate alongside people. It's TÜV certificated as the only one in Germany. So therefore, that is the basis how we can really run autonomous labs in future. Not in future, today. By saying this, we come. Yeah, Matthaeus. No. Come on.
It's time for the third challenge. As already mentioned, the third challenge, we see a limited ROI for many automation solutions due to a general lack of scalability and adaptability. And we know this. Typical digital and automated solutions in our labs are often implemented very locally with a narrow mindset and often even as isolated cases. And obviously this prevents scalability and often also hampers economic viability. This is a big challenge for us. Yeah? Additionally, and this is also very important, modern R&D labs are evolving really, really fast. And automation needs to keep pace to stay relevant. What can you offer us here?
So to this challenge, we would like to answer with 3 principles. So first, break the pilot mode. Replace locally isolated solutions with a global, scalable, platform-based solution. And measure the value not by single solutions, but with a global solution portfolio. This makes scalability possible. Second, design to scale by day one. Concentrate on principles such as modular, vendor-agnostic, and digital twin enabled. And third, put a digital twin in the center of your operations so that layouts, workflows, extensions, changes, everything can be really tested, optimized virtually before it's putting into the real lab. So that makes changes predictable and also reduces risk before you put any adoption into the lab. And also increases implementation time by 60%. And on top, physical AI can be trained on digital twins, and hardware-agnostic trainings can be reused locally for any other sites with the same task.
Great.
Yeah, so that sounds great, but let's talk about results. Matthaeus.
Sure. I mean, the real life impact for us as BASF would be a future-ready lab model. What does it mean? It should have the right amount of automation. It should be AI supervised, maybe even AI driven, and very importantly, also designed at scale. For us, this means, to summarize, basically, we would love to see faster implementation times. We would like to see faster knowledge generation, robust operations, and very importantly, a significantly increase in throughput when compared to today.
Thank you very much. Katrin, you have chosen Accenture and Siemens as a partner.
Yeah.
What was your motivation?
Yeah, to sum it up, it's a partnership that simply works because everyone brings his decisive discipline and strengths into this project. So BASF presents the industrial problem, a real challenge from R&D and production, concrete use cases that are not just digital ideas. And then Siemens brings the industrial technology, automation, control systems, connectivity, and the industrial software for digitalization that works in a real lab environment up to the production ecosystem. And Accenture, of course, brings the transformation power, connecting technology and business to scalable digital architectures, the data, cloud and AI infrastructure, and turns our pilots into enterprise-wide solutions. That's why we want to work together.
So, excellent. Thank you very much for all that commitment and trust. So we are coming to an end, and therefore, what have we learned? We learned automated labs are not just automated; they are adaptive, flexible, and intelligent, and they are scalable globally already. And whoever is interested to learn more, we are present on the stand somewhere over there. But I would also recommend to look on the Accenture booth in Hall 16. There's already a live demo, not only paperwork. Here you can see the autonomous lab in live. And Mark is there. He is happy to present you the showcase. Thank you very much.